Okay, yes, indeedy, folks. Here's the situation, okay? Let's just be total. Listen, we can be honest with each other, right? We got nothing to hide. That's part of the beauty of the show is we give it to you real. Like, there's no, Tony, as they say, there's no artifice here. We give you the real straight dope. And today's real straight dope, actually, shout out Bruce Springsteen, Tony, the dope is that there's still hope. That's a lyric on a Bruce song on Greetings from Asbury Park. The dope is that there's still hope. Anyway, the dope today, folks, is that we are cooked. We're absolutely cooked. Tony slept. I think Tony's going on about 3 hours of sleep, and I'm not exaggerating.
Yeah, it's all good. Well, Paulie, we got a lot. Hold on, just to start the show. For you. For me, okay.
And what about Dom? Slap Dom too.
Yeah. I was just gonna say I'll give Dom a slap. Yeah. Here we go. All right, there we go.
All right, Tony. So I want to just say this real quick. Great to see everybody lining up today. Low Steve's in the house. Patty, Noemi, Scarlet Fire, Bonnie. Great to see you. Badges, Sweet Mad Hatter. You guys know how it is. On and on it goes. Rags out of New Jersey.
Paulie, really quick. I just jumped over to Instagram Live just to see who's checking in already out of the gates, and I want to welcome a new viewer. I've never seen this account before on Instagram Live. South San Jose Fighter has joined the chat, joined the group on Instagram Live. Thank you all for checking us out on Instagram Live, on YouTube, on Twitter, and then also check us out at Polymax Particles. That's our YouTube channel. And don't forget to like and subscribe while you're there and comment on any of the videos, feed the algorithm, and then also our audio versions on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, Paulie.
I think I got to add one thing to your announcement here, because last night at the Dwight Clark Legacy event, which we're going to go through thoroughly because it was amazing, and we have a lot of great pictures and videos. Yeah. We're going to share all that stuff today. Tony, last night at one point, because there was a lot of on and off stage stuff Tony and I were doing, and so we were kind of literally running around the venue all night long. Tony, at one point before Kirk was giving me Kirk Reynolds, thank you, Kirk Reynolds, by the way. We'll talk about Kirk in a minute. They give me a microphone, Tony, and one of the security guards near the stage started talking to me, and he goes, "Oh, you're Paulie Mack, right?" And I go, "Yeah." And check this out. I was so happy to hear this because you just shouted out Twitter, Instagram. This guy, the security guard, whose name I didn't get, I apologize. The guy goes, "Dude, I watch your show on Cron 4. And I go, nice, dude. I go, beautiful. Because I want more chronics coming into the equation. Yes. And by the way, I want to thank Cron 4 for picking up our show, showing the Paulie Mack Particle Show some love. Cron 4 has been a great partnership for us. So again, if you have not downloaded the Cron 4 Plus app, go ahead and do that. It's going to help everybody involved here. We say like the show, subscribe, make some leave some comments. Also download that Cron 4 app. It helps the cause here. But anyway, Tony, I was very happy to know we do have an audience at a Cron 4. That was pretty cool to hear.
Absolutely, Paulie. And I just want to just let everybody know that it's with the Roku Fire Stick or Apple TV or the Roku, Amazon or Fire Stick or Apple TV. Those are the ones that you can get the Cron 4 Plus app. They are working on bringing it to the mobile app scenario, but right now that's where you can get it. Or you can catch us on Cron 4 11:30 at night. And Paulie, I also got to give a shout out to Alan, the sound guy. Alan, the sound guy, who's in charge of all microphones for the Dwight Clark Legacy Series event.
He walks around with these microphones like a deck of cards, dude. He's got them fanned out. He's like, "Who needs one?" He just holds like 4 mics out. He goes, "Grab a mic." Dude.
Two little vignettes. Yeah. I walked downstairs to the green room just because I was looking for a bottle of water and just to catch a breather real quick.
That green room, you want to see some VIPs, dude. You go downstairs to that green room. You could get some Brian Young. You could get some Kyle Juszczyk, all kind of VIPs in the green room, Tony.
Well, that's what I was saying. I walked in and it was just me, Brock Purdy, and Alan, the sound guy.
Great threesome, dude. That is a power trio from hell, dude. And by the way, you guys got to realize, Alan, the sound guy, you're going to meet him. You're going to meet this guy. We told him we want this guy on our show. He's a character, and he
goes. I got stories, man. I got stories.
I believe every word. I believe every word. I think this is the kind of guy who looks like he would have been a roadie for Foghat back in like 1973. You know what I mean? Like, because the hair is still flying. He's probably close to, I don't know, mid 60s, I guess. So you could.
Such a beautiful gamer, and dude, he was so nice. And I said hello to Brock. And Brock, by the way, Brock Purdy could not be a kinder human being.
He's a Boy Scout. Brock Purdy, just so you guys know, that whole thing is not an act. He is a humble, bashful. I would even go so far, Tony, as to say he's shy. Like he's so
shy, but I think he knows that it's attractive also to be shy too. So he's like,
it's like Vito, dude. It's like Vito on The Sopranos said to Meadows' boyfriend. What was his name? Finn, the kid Finn, who looked like Joe Perry. He goes, I want you to go to the Yankee game with me tonight. And the kid was like, I can't go. And this is what you're saying right now about Brock Purdy. Vito looks at the kid and he goes, don't give me that aw shucks shit. You're going. that's like Brock Purdy. Hey, Brock, don't give me that aw shucks shit. You're a quarterback. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Dude, he couldn't have been nicer. And then Kyle Juszczyk walks in and was like, look at the. And by the way,
the handsome, rugged build of a Kyle Juszczyk, who won the Dwight Clark Award.
The tall build, the height of a Kyle Juszczyk.
He was going eye to eye with Paulie Mack, and I'm like, I used to be 6'3". Now that I swear to God, I'm shrinking in my old age. Now I'm down to 6'2". I lost an inch along the way. I swear to God, I lost an inch. It really threw me at my last physical. I'm like, he goes, well, okay, your height is 6'2". I'm like, whoa, 6'2". I'm 6'3". He goes, not anymore. You're not 6'3" anymore. Also, but anyway, Kyle was looking right into my eyes. He's a tall dude, but I also got to say, Noemi Catalina, I hope you enjoyed the night last night. Noemi was the winner of our pair of tickets to the Dwight Clark Legacy Series. Yeah. And she has a comment saying Derek Deese and Brenston Buckner were a laugh, and totally because Alan, the sound guy, walks up to Brenston Buckner with like 5 wireless mics. He's holding them he's holding them like they're a bouquet of flowers, like a deck of flowers.
He's holding them like this, like they're flowers. But it's like, imagine like 6 microphones in his hand, and he walks out at you. Yeah, he walks up to Brenston Buckner, who's standing right next to me, and he goes, so I need you. He's like, don't be afraid to put it right up in your face like this, and he puts it in Buckner's face, and Buckner's like, man, I'm not comfortable with you or anybody putting anything that close to my face on my mouth. And it was hysterical, man. And everybody started laughing their asses off. It was really funny.
You know who else popped out of nowhere? It's like an unsurprising, or excuse me, I would say as a surprising comedy talent out of freaking nowhere. I've never seen this guy at any Dwight Clark. But see, that's the beauty of these events. They bring back so many great Niners. Tony and I have never crossed paths with this guy, and we saw his name on the list. And then when Tony and I were doing the pre-theater portion auction on the roof, we look over and I go, Tony, that's freaking that's Anthony Dixon right there.
Oh, remember? Dude, yes. And
he was funny as hell, dude. Funny as hell. And he had a badass jacket. Tony, I can only describe his jacket as fly. It was fly. Yeah,
dude, I was explaining this to because Paulie and I called my uncle Paul Tonelli on the drive home, because if there's somebody who would love that night, it's my uncle Paul Tonelli.
He'll come next year. We'll get Tonelli in the house. He'll freaking lose his mind at this thing.
Yeah, he will. But dude, Booby Dixon, Anthony Dixon, I mean, I was describing him as just built like a brick shithouse, man, because he is a massive human being, and you forget that he was a running back. He looked like he could have been a tight end or put him on the D line. He's a big dude with a huge smile, man.
Yeah,
huge
great
smile.
guy. Great guy. And a badass on the football field. And a great compliment to Frank Gore, like around that Jim Harbaugh period of 2011, 2012. He played against the Ravens in the Super Bowl. Tony, that's another one the Niners lost, by the way.
Come on, man. Hey, if they called holding on that kickoff return, it's a different ballgame. The 15-yard hold through midfield. Don't get me started, Paulie.
Well, maybe if you want to talk about call, don't get me going on this, but I'll tell you, maybe here's another thing. Maybe if Jim Harbaugh it stops having brain farts on the goal line, here's an idea. How about give the rock to Frank Gore? He's the guy that got you down there in the first place, and then you're throwing those stupid fades to the corner to Mike Crabtree. Didn't work in the Super Bowl. Didn't work in the NFC Championship against the Seattle Seahawks. Harbaugh couldn't stop calling that play, and it never effing worked. Sorry, I don't want to get wound up. Sorry, I got to calm down. Sorry, Tony. Say something amusing, Tony. Calm me down.
It's got me. Yeah, I can't. Oh, you know what, though? Actually, you know what, Paulie? F everybody. We're going to get worked up here on a Thursday. Okay. Stand by. Stand by. Okay. Just so people don't think I'm losing my mind here. Okay. Let's go back to the kickoff return. Okay.
Oh, Jesus. And here we go. Why are we doing this? Okay.
Look, guys, I need therapy right now. I need therapy. Okay. This is back in 2013. Okay. Watch Jacoby Jones, the kickoff return.
Back from 9 deep for Jacoby Jones.
Okay. Here we go. Watch the.
And look at him go.
Okay. Right by the 30-yard line. You see the 30-yard line, top of the screen?
Looks like there's a hold going on the 35 as well from behind. I see 2 holdings going on, actually.
I mean, it is basically the hole that he runs through is because there is ridiculous holding going on. Okay, here we go.
Deep.
Here we go.
Jacoby Jones, and look at him go. Jones
I mean, he's still being held. The 36-yard line, he's still being held. I just got to. This is good therapy for me, Paulie. Thank you for indulging me, everybody, because this is good therapy for me. One more time.
Deep.
So look at 51. See 51 on the right hand side of your screen.
I see it all. Yeah.
Watch it.
For Jacoby Jones, and look at him go. Jones is
Still holding him. Anyways, okay.
No, it's tough, man. It's really, really tough. Anyway, Tony, we had a great time last night, but we, to be totally honest with you guys, we're all exhausted. It was really intense. I mean, because we were working last night, man, having a great time, of course, all in the name of Dwight Clark. And I want to say this too, Tony. First of all, I'm so proud and humbled just to be asked to participate in these events. The fact that Kirk calls us and says, guys, we need you down here. Is really kind of mind-blowing to me. So I'm happy to participate. I'll be there every single year. I plan on doing these going forward. I've done a bunch of them. And I want to thank Creative Tony. I want to thank Tony right now, too, because Tony is like, the truth of the matter is, I'm just going to be totally upfront. Murph and I used to do these in the past. And the past couple of years, Murph has not been able to attend. And right there, the door opens, bam, I get Tony's coming with me. So I talked to Kirk, and Kirk asked for Tony specifically this year. And Kirk Reynolds, by the way, if you don't know the name, he was the PR guy during the Eddie DeBartolo years, but he still handles all of Eddie DeBartolo's business. Like if Eddie D says, hey, I want to have a dinner in Vegas with Joe Montana and Ronnie Lott and Keena Turner, Randy Cross, he'll call Kirk and he'll say, Kirk, get a hold of those guys and arrange it. So Kirk's still like, those guys love Kirk. And when Kirk picks up the phone and says, guys, I need you, they all show up. I mean, it just speaks to that family kind of thing that Eddie DeBartolo built. But anyway, Tony, I want to thank you, dude. You were great last night. Tony helped me so much during the auction. Because, dude, you're screaming. I'm like, all right, we were raising funds, and we raised over $50,000. Just the stuff Tony and I did. Just the auction items Tony and I worked on. We raised over 50 grand. And then I believe the silent auction raised another 50 or 60 grand. So we raised over $100,000 last night for the Golden Heart Fund to fight ALS. That's what it's all about. We're there in the name of Dwight Clark to help fight this insidious, horrible disease that we saw take our friend DC, the great Dwight Clark, and all of his friends show up. People speak about Dwight. It's heartbreaking, but it's also kind of touching when you see like the friendship these guys had. But Tony, you were amazing. And I also want to thank Dom Peralta. Dom was with us basically the entire way last night. He was filming footage. We're going to share all that stuff, Tony, and I'll start sharing all the footage right after I talk to you about Dan Coach Emilio and SecureMoney.com. You thought I was playing games today. I'm not playing games. Dan Coach Emilio.
Can we do a wellness check on Danny C? Because I'm worried because as the Giants just continue to plummet, they're now 20.
10 games under, Tony? 10 games under?
20 and 30, Paulie. But I love Dan on social media. He's a great partner of ours on the show and become a friend. But he's venting, and I'm like, man, Dan, I just want to make sure that Dan's okay because like he thrives on Giants goodness, and when they're not doing well, I worry about Dan. I'm riffing, of course, but his social media rants are fantastic, and he's got a valid point about Giants. Pick a freaking lane. Well, we can get into it after Dan, but I just want to say
thanks, Tony. All right. So anyway, just we'll get into that. Actually, also coming up later in the show for the first time in PMP history, a mixed bag Tony's top 3, which means I have a topic. Tony has a topic. We're going to kick it back and forth. We're going to try something new today. But first, Dan Coach Emilio, SecureMoney.com. This is my main man, 30 years in the business. When he's not watching Giant Ball, he's living his life, and he's providing great service to his clients in the financial world, providing honest service, great results, all of which you deserve. And Dan's work, as I like to say, when it comes to finance, can really be distilled down to a couple of different kind of approaches: safety and protection. One, meaning let's protect the money that you have coming in. We're not going to let you lose money for any kind of careless action or putting your money in the wrong, stock or something like that. Dan is committed, and he has the experience to make sure that never happens, and also assist you with financial growth. The money that you have, he's going to grow that money. That's it. Don't just stick it in some savings account somewhere. Let's talk to Dan about growing the money you have, because that's what he does. And he will also work with you. This is one of my favorite things Dan offers, Dan Coach Emilio. He offers the service where he can maximize your income and help you pay fewer taxes. Hallelujah to that, man. Just sign me up. And then, of course, retirement planning. I mean, you look at the great Patty from Napa. She's recently retired. She's so happy. She's so healthy. She was down there last night, too, looking great. Patty, Corinne, all the PMP ladies, Noemi. And the reason I think Patty looks so happy is because she was smart and she had a great career, but now she's retired. She's enjoying life. She's hanging out with Joe Walsh and the freaking Eagles. She's taking pictures of Bryant Young. That's what I'm looking for in my retirement. But that's how Dan's going to help you. He's going to help you with your retirement planning so you can roll like Patty from Napa. And then he's going to help you also draw up your life insurance policy. He can help you with your IRA planning and estate planning and 401k rollover. And then finally, Tony, I like to brag about these rates because they're kick-ass. He's got great access to guaranteed options when you're talking about, how about this? You can pay 7% on 2-year terms. Great. Fantastic. How about this one? 8% on 5-year terms. If you like what you're hearing, if you want to get more control over your financial life and your financial future, give Dan a call. Just start that conversation and see what he can do for you. 1-888-960-SAFE. 1-888-960-SAFE. That's 7233. Thank you, Dan Coach Emilio. Keep watching those Giants, and thank you for being a great partner to the PMP show.
Hell yeah, Paulie. And you mentioned Patty from Napa. Well, members of the PMP Familia have reached out to Dan, including Patty from Napa. So you talk about her just glowing smile and her glowing vibe in retirement. Guess who's helping her in her retirement? Dan Coach Emilio and Secure Money. So
yeah,
the proof is in the pudding with Dan. We love Dan. And also check out Dan on YouTube at NorCal Sports NW, which stands for at NorCal Sports Northwest. Great show, especially Giants related. But he also is he picked a career of helping people. And that seems to be a common thread with our partners, Paulie. And we couldn't be prouder to have Dan as one of our partners because he picked a career to help people in a very important time of your life. You work your tail off all your entire life to be able to retire. So then you want to be able to go to somebody like Dan, Coach Emilio, to actually protect what you have made and what you have built so that you are good to go in retirement. So again, like it says on the crawl right there, secure what matters most and call Dan today, 888-960-SAFE. 888-960-7233 or email Dan at securemoney.com.
And great riff coming in late here from Aaron Kask. I got to shout him out. Good comedy riffing right here, Aaron. He goes, you know what? When you talk to Dan Coach Emilio, you just tell him, hey, Dan, I want the Patty from Napa retirement plan. Yeah. We should start calling that like one of the options. You know, we offer the Patty from Napa plan if you want to investigate that. We also offer the Corinne from Fairfax plan, because let me tell you something, you guys. For the people that don't know, Patty from Napa, Corinne out of Fairfax, two of my favorite people, by the way. And thank you guys for coming down last night. I'm sorry I missed you, Noemi. You probably saw how busy we were. But I got to say, do not sleep. Patty and Corinne, they were bidding their asses off.
And Paulie, on the bidding, they had a look in their eye and a look in their face of
shoot, it gets personal. They're like,
sheer determination, man, of just like, I'm getting this.
And then it becomes like gangster on gangster, player to player, pimp to pimp. It's like Patty got into a couple of back and forth. I go, this is like McEnroe and Borg now. Just 8,000, 8,500. Do I hear 9,000? There's Patty again. Okay, now I'm up to 10,000. And I'm telling you, I'm in awe of Patty and Corinne. The bidding gangster instinct these two ladies brought to the equation last night. And thank you guys again for that, because you guys know all those dollars and all the money is tax deductible. It's a great thing. Like,
and Paulie, speaking of also really quickly about the bidding, there was a silent auction where Rita Oak's book was available for auction to bid on. And the person who won the bidding war for Rita Oak's book was our very own Dominic Peralta, and he didn't even know it. I was looking on the website to try and drop a few bids on things, and I go, Dom, it says the book is sold. It says it's already sold, and then he goes, oh my God. He goes, I think I won it. Turns out he won. He outbid everybody else and got the book.
Dude, this book is insane.
We were looking through it last night at the end. Here's a visual for you, everybody. Paulie, myself, and Dom in the parking lot after the event, going through the book, and we had a rule. You couldn't go page to page. You just had to randomly open the book to a random page and to see what the picture was. And it was fantastic. The last picture we saw of the night was Jimmy G and Trey Lance. Jimmy G holding Trey Lance.
How about this one? At one point, I opened the book up. There's an illustration from Rita Oak of Jimmy G having dinner with that porn star.
Oh, yeah.
What was the porn star's name?
Sharing a noodle.
They got a piece of spaghetti. Each of them are like sharing a piece of spaghetti. The porn star that Jimmy G was dating or whatever. You guys remember that? So anyway, Rita's. But you know what? On that note, bring in Dom. Let's bring Dom into the show today. He's going to show us.
We got to continue to give love to our partners, by the way, too, Paulie. Just FYI.
Well, so we right now. Let's talk about Dr. Matt Young. We have some makeup spots, guys, because we missed last night. So let's talk about Dr. Matt Young real quick. Yeah, get me in the mouth, dude. And then we'll go to Don Peralta because he has videos, pictures. We're going to look at all that stuff in a second. But first, the reason Creative Tony is so handsome, the reason that Escobar Cheeks III is a knockout and have these great smiles, you can thank Dr. Young for that. Dr. Young will polish up your teeth. He will make you look like $1 million, and he really does. He made my teeth look so much better. And my teeth have always been banged up. But Dr. Young was like, dude, let me help you out here. I'm like, please do. Go to work, brother. Go to work. And he has. And he's been my dentist for over a decade. Tony's seen the light, too. He's had his entire family in there. Don Peralta is coming up to his appointment with Dr. Young, Escobar Cheeks III. And yeah, I see you, Cheeks. You're a handsome devil. Come on, man. Let's be honest about this. I see you over there. But that's what he does. Dr. Matt Young is going to make you look better. He's going to make you feel better. And he's going to chill you the blank out. Yes. There's nobody more uptight than Paulie Mack 10, 15 years ago going to the dentist. Ask Rags. It was not one of my favorite things. If you saw Marathon Man like I did, and they got freaking Dustin Hoffman in that chair, and they're dropping, is it safe? That whole bit, that was me, sweating. Yeah. No, it's safe. But anyway, Dr. Young was like, Paulie, let me get you some headphones. Let me bring in the gas. We're going to cool your ass out and let me go to work. I'm like, beautiful, go. So I do a lot of Rolling Stones in the chair. I don't know. There's something about Jagger calms my nerves, I guess. So I'm doing Jagger in the chair. I think Tony does like some Fish and some Al Jarreau. I just threw Al Jarreau in there for some, I don't know why. Yeah, just a little Al Jarreau for Tony, like some easy, smooth jazz. But anyway, the point is Dr. Young will work with you, and he'll make you comfortable. I wonder what Cheeks listened to. Cheeks, what did you listen to at Dr. Young? Did you have the headphones? I'm curious. But anyway, Dr. Young is down in Union Square, right off Union Square, 490 Post Street. He's been in business over 25 years. He's one of the best implant dentists in the country. He's the president of the American Academy of Implant Dentistry, and he's a personal friend of ours. Like, we love Dr. Young, and you guys will too. We're going to try to get Dr. Young out with us on August 14th for our night at the ballpark. We will have the link for that set up pretty soon, so you guys can buy your tickets and join us. That's going to be a great time. August 14th, Giants Rockies, Friday night, PMP night at the Yard. We'll have a blast.
Paulie, it's Friday night too. So, and the feedback I've already gotten is that it's better for a lot of people because we chose a Friday night, which is on purpose. We did that on purpose. So more people could join instead of asking you to come out on a school night or a weeknight.
By the way, Escobar Cheeks III, he answered the question. What did he have in his headphones? Metallica. Nice, dude. Hey, man, whatever it takes, bro. A little whiplash. Yeah. Actually, the bass solo on Kill 'Em All that the late Cliff Burton played is actually called Anesthesia Pulling Teeth.
Nice.
That's the name of the bass solo, Pulling Teeth. Rest in peace, Cliff Burton, the great Cliff Burton. But anyway, Dr. Matt Young, that's how it is. You see, you want to hear Metallica, he'll give it to you. And then you're going to walk out of there looking and feeling better. Call him today. Make your appointment, 415-392-8611, 415-3... Take two. Sorry, guys. I'm out of it. 415-392-8611. And then, of course, you can always email Dr. Young as well. It's info@youngdentalsf.com. Thank you, Dr. Young. We love you, buddy. We do.
I dare anybody to walk into their current dentist and say, hey, where's my headphones? I want to listen to music. Chill me out. I promise you, most dentists would be like, if not every other dentist besides Dr. Young and the Young Dental Group might be like, what are you talking about? I'm here to look at your teeth. I'm not concerned about you listening to music. That's not the case with the Young Dental Group and Dr. Matt Young. He says, put the headphones on and pick what you want to listen to. I did Jack Johnson. I will do Al Jarreau. I'll also do the Commodores easy like Sunday morning. And then Megan, my wife, did Stevie Nicks, and she also did some Fleetwood Mac. And I don't know what my kids did listen to. I'm guessing my daughter did Sabrina Carpenter. I'm guessing she did Sabrina Carpenter.
Okay.
And then knowing Dom, whenever I play reggae around the house, Dom always pops his head around. But then if I ask him about it, he says, Dad, I'm not into it. I don't like
you're like this close from getting into that stage where everything you do is uncool. You're
it's already there. I play Fish, and they literally will turn it off.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, don't expect any love. Don't just say, well, my kids and the Grateful Dead, dude. I put the Grateful Dead on. the house empties. My kids run. They don't want any part of it. Yeah, I'm like, no, you guys, this is the dead. They're like, yeah, whatever, Dad. I'm out of here. You know,
but not Matt Young. Matt Young will not turn it off, and he'll also make your teeth feel and look amazing. I can't recommend, even if you're just looking for some whitening, if you just want to whiten your teeth, because I'm a coffee and wine drinker. Ooh. I did the whitening, fantastic. And it's very easy to do. Anyways, we love Dr. Matt Young. And again, 6 days a week, open till 7 p.m. on weekdays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. He makes hours available for your busy schedule. Give him a call, 415-392-8611, or email them info@youngdentalsf.com. Paulie, we love Dr. Matt Young and the Young Dental Group.
Thank you, Tony. And I want to hey, Ian Weiland, how you doing, bro? Good to see you. I want to shout out another name I haven't seen on the board before, and I love the handle. This is United in a let me take two. United in a State of Activism. That's the guy's handle. United in a State of Activism. And he goes, you know what I want my headphones? Minor Threat. Dude, nice, dude. Little freaking Ian Mackay, Minor Threat, man. Little Minor Threat, little Fugazi. Hell yeah, man. I like it. And welcome to the community. Nice to see you, brother. Okay.
Paul Mack, stand by.
Oh, yeah. It's business time.
We're going to go back to when we were talking about Anthony Booby Dixon. And this is from Ray Goodman and the Soulmates. And he says, I re-met Booby Dixon last night at the Dwight Clark Legacy Series event. He says he was at Opportunity Junction fundraiser where my band performed last year. Nice. Super friendly dude. Ray, you're on the money, dude. He couldn't have been nicer. And I don't know, man. When the guy, he just commands a room when he walks into a room. You know what I'm saying?
I told him, dude, because he was wearing like a black blazer with these kind of like golden designs all over it. And I looked at him and I go, dude, you win the coolest jacket award tonight. I go, that's the best looking jacket I've seen all night. And he's like, oh, thanks, man. But such a nice guy and a freaking beast with the rock in his hands. I remember him very, very well.
Yes. Another number 24, Paulie, a great number 24 that we haven't given love to. We've given love to Harry Sidney. Let's not forget about Anthony Dixon. All right. And Paulie, another super. Thank you, Ray, for the super, by the way. I hope you and Noemi had a great night last night. Ian Weiland says, underrated Check Your Head track. Beastie Boys, Check Your Head, great album. He says, stand together, and you are freaking on the money.
Well, Tony, you see it. It's right behind me there. You see Check Your Head. Yeah. And Tony, do you mind if I submit humbly? I just laughed just thinking about this one. The first time I saw it on the record, just the title, I laughed. And then I heard it, and I was like, this might be the funniest song I've ever heard in my life. Tony, the Biz versus the Nuge. You know what I mean? He plays a Ted Nugent guitar lick with the Biz singing over it. It's God bless the Beast. Anyway, the Biz versus the Nuge also on the
Biz versus the Nuge. Gratitude, one of my favorite songs. Also, Finger Licking Good. And
it's finger licking good, y'all. Yeah,
totally. And also, as Ian mentioned, stand together, but then don't sleep on the lighten up, gotta lighten up right now. That is one of the more underrated tunes.
How about a pass the mic, dude? How about a pass the effing mic?
Yes, dude. And then Namaste ends the album. And then there's Paulie. Well, I think it's Booty.
Oh, Booty. Dude, Professor. Well, I think it's Booty, Professor Booty. And so what you want? Great track right there too. All right, Tony, bring me Dom Peralta. Bring him to me. Chop chop. I want Dom.
Stand by, dude. I'm loony today. Just FYI, Paulie. I'm kind of.
This is going to be like an up tempo Ramon style show today because we're freaking exhausted. But we're going to give you some memories of last night. And a little peek into the action right now. Dom, he's there. He is. Look at Peralta, dude. Dom, hey, Dom. Thanks for all you did last night. I want to thank you. I want to thank Creative Tony. You guys were incredibly helpful because I'll tell you the truth, and I tell Tony this all the freaking time behind the scenes. I could not have done last night without you guys. So thank both of you very much. And Tony, I'm telling you, man, you were there was a couple of times, you guys, when I was doing the auction on the roof before the formal event started, but there's probably a couple of hundred people up there. A lot of Niner players are milling around. Hotter than hell, too.
Dude. And we're wearing sport coats, and it's hot as hell.
It was probably 90 plus degrees down there. It was hot as hell, and I'm sweating. I'm screaming. I'm like, come on, you guys, play golf with Bryant Young. Do I see $5,000? Because we had like this Bryant Young, Junior Bryant, Tim McDonald. It was like a USC Notre Dame golf, a great package, and I think we started the bidding at like $5,000. So I'm screaming. I'm like, come on. And then I go. At a certain point, Tom, I ran out of gas, and I go, Tony, you do this. And I just gave Tony the mic, and he jumped in like a freaking fish to water. It was great. So thank both of you guys. How you feeling today, Dommy?
I'm doing good. Yeah, it was awesome. Last night when I got home, I just started combing through all the footage and incredible photos, video. And then the first thing I did when I got home was send a little video to Rita for thanking me. Thanking her for the book. And there it is.
Her, the freaking porn star. Yeah. A bottle of wine, the breadsticks. Look at
that. It's incredible.
Rita, God bless Rita Okar, great hardcore Niner fan out of Portugal. So,
Totally.
Dom, if you could, so again, if you're just joining the show, Dommy was good enough to take pictures and film stuff. So I have one request, Dom, if we could. I would like to start the review with the picture I took with the great Niner running back Delvin Williams, because I want to say something about this guy.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
So and I'll give you a little, peek into my past. So the first 49er, yeah, there he is. So the first Niner game I ever went to as a kid was in 1976. It was at Candlestick Park. And this guy right here, Delvin Williams, was a 1,000-yard rusher on that team. Yeah. He was a star running back for the Niners, but they were not a playoff team yet. But this is the guy that did the heavy lifting. So we're in the hall, and I've never seen him at any Dwight Clark event before. So we're in the hallway. That's the hallway, folks, that leads to the stage. So that's like a backstage area you see right there. And I saw Delvin Williams, and Tony, I got confirmation. I go, Tony, I think that's Delvin Williams right there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And somebody told me, he goes, yeah, that's Delvin. He was standing there, Dom. He was all by himself. So I walked over to him, and I said, I go, Delvin? And he goes, yeah. And I go, how you doing, man? I'm Paulie Mack. And I told him, I gave him a ton of love because, Tony, it felt like nobody was talking to him. And I think he appreciated the love because there are so many recognizable superstar Hall of Fame players. And poor Delvin was just chilling. So I was really, really happy to meet this guy, and made me think of my dad, and it made me think of like my origin point as a Niner fan. And this was the guy. So Tony, for me, that was a big thrill meeting this dude, Delvin Williams.
Yeah, man. I also said hello to him also. And it wasn't like a shock when you said hello to him, but I think he just appreciated.
He did.
Like you said, because, you got all these other guys walking around, and when thinking of him, and he was there before all of the rings, man. And he was a bright spot in the mid to late 70s for 49er football. And not a lot of people want to give love to that, that time for 49ers football. So it was great to see him. I'm glad Kirk Reynolds included him.
Me too.
Shout out to Kirk Reynolds for including Delvin. And it's just great to see him.
And two other quick things, Tony, real quick, is that when I was talking to Delvin, he was talking about that 1976 season, and he goes, to tell you, Randy Cross was on that team. Randy was a rookie, and I go, nice. And then this was the coolest moment, and this is when I backed off and let the two studs talk to each other. Out of nowhere, here comes Bryant Young, who, by the way, folks, I don't even know what to say about Bryant Young. I love him so much. I can't. I love him. So anyway, he walked over, and Delvin looked at BY, and he looked up at him, and he goes, hi. He goes, I'm Delvin Williams. And he goes, hi, Delvin, I'm Bryant Young. And Bryant Young with that deep voice, and he shook his hand, and then I just backed off. I'm like, let these two guys go. But anyway, Dom, show the picture of Randy and Ronnie right there, too. That was another backstage shot.
I wanted to bring this one up because, he won for hair alumni of the night.
The hair and teeth of a Randy Cross are second to none. Second to none.
Yeah, look at those two, man. And Ronnie, dude, just Ronnie.
Ronnie for life. Ronnie forever. Ronnie forever.
And it's funny, man. Like just being Paulie and I, we've been around these athletes a lot, but for some reason, I know the reasons is every time I see Ronnie, I still get like starstruck, and I still get like it takes my breath away. I'm like, there is freaking Ronnie.
Me too. That's how I feel. I'm always humbled around Ronnie a lot. And he humbles you without saying a word. He has so much command presence, and the way that everybody around him just shows complete respect. Like, you have to be at your best when you're talking to Ronnie Lott. You can't bring some half-ass you got to come strong, because Ronnie expects it. Like, can I tell you, I've never told anybody this before. I'm gonna give you a little Ronnie Lott story, and it's quick, Tony. It's a true story. Years ago, I don't know, 10 years ago, maybe 10, 12 years ago, I was driving to work to do the Murph and Mac show. We're talking, it's like 4:30 in the morning, no lie. Dude, I'm driving, my phone rings in the car. And I look down, it's freaking Ronnie Lott. And he's calling me at 4:30. And this is what he said to me. I'll never forget this as long as I live. And this is why, like, I get emotional with Ronnie because I love him so much. I'm driving to work. This guy calls me and I go, Ronnie, I go, what's up, man? It's 4:30 in the morning. He goes, hey, man, look, he goes, I'm up. He goes, I'm about to start my workout and I'll be listening to your show today. And he goes, I want you to know you need to go in there today and every day and be great. Be as great as you can be. And I'm like, Ronnie, done. Freaking done, buddy. I'll do it for you today. This show's for you. And he goes, no, man. He goes, I'm not kidding. He goes, you're in a position, man, where he goes, the words you speak, people listen to, which kind of scared me. I'm like, nobody should listen to me. But he was just like motivating. He was like giving me a pep talk at 4:30 in the morning. But that's the kind of guy he is. That's the great Ronnie Lott. And I'll never forget, that moment or any other number of the moments we've had with this guy. We're lucky. We're lucky we've gotten to know him. Very.
I wish there were thought bubbles above this photo, like what's going on in this conversation, and doesn't Ronnie just standing there looks like a wise sage just sitting there,
He is. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. So it's just one of the many, many moments of the night.
You know what else I think, Tony? When I look at these guys, I see these two guys right here. They won 3 Super Bowls together.
Yep.
And then Randy Cross retired at the end of the 88 season. And Ronnie was like, you know what? I might as well win one more. And then Ronnie went back and won his 4th. Yep. But they won 3 Super Bowls together. So that's just another nice moment. Tommy, from here, you just you're in charge. You show us whatever you want, buddy.
Oh, this is so incredible. And Ronnie backstage. So I kind of stood sort of where, let me see. Here we go. So this is the guys coming back in. And so I stood sort of here almost the whole night, just kind of rapping with the guys before they were going out. And all the alumni were all gravitating towards Ronnie. I mean, like, of course we knew they would, but like what you guys are saying is exactly what was happening. So I'll just show a quick one here of them coming in. So cool. Here comes Purdy.
Dixon. There's Dixon's jacket.
Oh, there he is. Yeah, there he comes. There's Dixon. Yeah. BY.
Yeah. So awesome. So that was the alumni coming in from the very start. They opened up the whole thing for the event. But do you guys want to go back up to the top and sort of look at some of the stuff?
Yeah, just take us through kind of up tempo style because there's so much stuff. And you know what? We can do part 2 tomorrow. We can do like a little chunk today and another chunk tomorrow. Because guys, we do, and it's not that we're trying to hey, look at us. It's just about we're just trying to share this with you guys because it really was. And if you're a Niner fan, I think you guys would appreciate this. So yeah, Dom, show us a few today and we'll do some more tomorrow. There you are. Look at us.
Yeah, just a couple. You guys and you and the Z-Man and the whole group upstairs. I mean, it was really, really fun. So I'll just show a couple quick snippets here. So let me see. There's you guys and Z-Man. That was awesome. And Tony, you said what? He's 81 years young.
I think he's turning 81 this year. I know he had his 80th last year. And Z-Man that's Michael Zagaris, the famous photographer. And he is
oh boy.
Comedy.
Hey, Tom, do you have, and I'm not saying show it right now, but we could maybe do this tomorrow. Do you have do you have video of when we were doing the auction with Z-Man? Do you have that film?
I do. So let's see here what we have of it. So I have 2 parts. One of them I need to cut down about the mushroom story. So I did find it. So
don't even worry about it. We can do that tomorrow. But so I because Michael, if you don't know Z-Man, he was a 49er photographer. He still shoots the Niners. He's been shooting the Niners since the early 80s. He also shot the A's. This guy shot everything, but he also has this other rock and roll resume, shooting, the Who at the Winterland, the Rolling Stones, the Grateful Dead. This guy's like royalty in the music biz. And he told the story about eating mushrooms with Keith Moon at the Winterland, and we'll get into more. It was incredible. He goes, at the end of the night, Townsend and John Entwistle each grabbed one of Keith Moon's legs and dragged him off the stage at the Winterland. But anyway, that was just a little moment that Z-Man shared with us. But anyway, keep going, Dommy. Do we have did the Eric Wright thing? Is that E-Wright?
Yeah, I've got that here. I think what we should do is probably post this whole entire thing. It's it's 5 minutes, 5+ minutes. It's a great interview. So we can just hop in here for a few seconds and get a little snippet if you'd like.
Tony, tell the audience real quick. Just give him like a 10-second buffer on E. Wright. Go ahead.
First of all, the guy was eating a burger, and we Kirk brought him over to jump on with us, and he goes, "Man, you guys are interrupting my burger." Eric Wright is one of the funniest dudes at least I've ever met. Former athlete that I've ever met. One of the funniest dudes. And he walks over wearing the Roger Craig shirt and
a Jesus hat. And a Jesus hat.
Yeah. And then he wanted to curse the entire time, and we went on for like 8 minutes, and finally at the end he finally dropped an F-bomb, and it was like he was like relieved when he was able to drop the F-bomb. It was hilarious. But it was funny.
Yeah.
And,
I think I have that burger part.
Oh yeah, go for it. Yeah, go.
Yeah. Let's roll.
Man himself.
And look at the shirt too.
Yeah. So he's repping Roger. How do you feel about Roger finally getting into the hall?
Roger's my guy, so it's been a waiting time, so I'm happy for him and his family. So
Heck yeah.
real happy.
E. Wright, if you could change one thing about the way NFL football is played today, what would you change? One thing.
One thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a lot of
Like no replay, no, there's so many things you could tweak. What would you like go back to the way it was when you were playing? How about just hitting the quarterback?
No.
You know what I mean?
Hey, you got aggressive, hard hitting football.
Yeah. Control.
I can't do F-bombs on you already.
I wouldn't complain if you did. We gotta want to get loose,
No, I gotta keep it.
You want to keep it street legal.
Sure,
Okay.
sure.
Keep it clean.
You just can't run through guys like you used to. So that was part of the game, and that guys would be aware of that.
Yeah.
Guys go across the middle right now. It's like
they go waltzing through.
No, it's like a bride maidens in a white skirt.
Hey, we're here.
That's what I'm talking about.
Dwight.
That's so great. Yeah, we got that whole thing. Yeah, it's over 8 minutes, so we should definitely cut that one up and share it out. It's a really great interview.
Keep coming at me, Dommy. What else we got here? There's so much stuff. You're in charge. You just show us
Sure.
what's happening. Yeah,
guys. So this was the little group session that you guys did with BY. So that was really awesome. So that was the second auction, right?
And shout out to Derek Deese in the purple, dude. By the way, Derek Deese is a funny mofo, dude. He really is a funny guy.
Oh, it's so fantastic. Yeah, this little group shot of you guys at the end was awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, show that again, Dom, real quick.
Sure. Yep.
So that's Bryant Young next to me. That's Derek in the purple, and that's dude, a guy we haven't seen in a while. That's Junior Bryant. If you guys remember Junior Bryant right there at a Notre Dame, there he is with Creative Tony, and he was cool as hell too. I'd never met Junior Bryant before. That was the first time I ever met him.
Yeah, Junior Bryant was awesome. He was also kind of a riot backstage too. He had guys laughing between. I always loved Junior Bryant, Bryant Young, like the whole synergy there. It was awesome. Yeah.
Well, also too, Dom, this was part of a package, an auction package where it was a golf outing with former USC players against former Notre Dame players.
Yeah.
So it was, and there was all kinds of trash talking going on.
Oh, dude, I was like, BY, what's it like? He's like, what's it like? Because BY's Notre Dame till the death. And I'm like, hey, bro, I go, BY, what's it going to be like having to play golf with USC guys? And he's like, somebody has to carry the clubs, man.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, show the Laura Britt picture because it turns out, I believe this was Laura Britt's last gig in the Bay. I think she's leaving. So, and great to see Laura. Laura's always so freaking cool. You've seen Laura on TV over the years a million times. That's a great Matt Maiocco, another one of our buddies. Great Niner coverage on NBC Sports Bay Area. And Laura, I'll let you explain this, Tony, but I think you told me that was her last night in the Bay or something.
Yeah, because she's moving out of the area, and she did a fantastic job with the sit down with Brock Purdy and with Kyle Juszczyk. Both interviews, I'm sure they're going to be posted very soon. And they also broadcast the entire night at a later date. I don't know. We'll get that date from Kirk Reynolds, but they do broadcast the entire night down the road. And Laura did an interview with Brock Purdy and then an interview with Kyle Juszczyk, and they were both fantastic interviews. And she wrapped up both interviews with, what's the message you want to give to 49er fans for basically this upcoming season. And both Purdy and Juszczyk, without rehearsing this, I'm sure, both said how much they love and appreciate the faithful, and how much they love and appreciate how well the faithful travel to other stadiums. Juszczyk had a great story where he was like, you know, when we're on the road, when we're playing on the road and the defense is on the field, I can go sit down and look at the iPad and kind of look at what we did on that last drive. And he goes, and I can usually tell by the crowd reactions when we're on the road if something good or something bad happened. He goes, well, we're on the road and all of a sudden the crowd goes crazy and you think all of a sudden, oh, damn, something bad just happened. But he goes, but because the faithful travel so well, a lot of times it's something good happening for the Niners, and it's the Niner fans that have taken over the stadium. And he's like, damn, he's like, it takes some getting used to. And there's Juszczyk right there. By the way, sockless Juszczyk.
No. You know how these Harvard guys are, man. They go socks are optional. And I want to say, Kyle Juszczyk, if you're, look at this guy. And there's Mindy Bach, the great Mindy Bach.
Mindy, that's great.
Too. Mindy's so cool. And I just want to say thanks to Laura Britt for a great career in the Bay Area, San Francisco. Best of luck as you move on. And she was super, just so you guys know, Laura Britt is super, super cool. So nice to get a few minutes with her last night. But go ahead, Big D. Keep it rolling here, brother.
Yeah, guys. So let's see. So the Brock Juszczyk interview. So why don't we let's watch Brock actually go out to go meet Laura on stage. I thought that was a pretty cool moment when she got to call him out. And she was just as excited as the fans were, because this was her last thing here in the Bay Area. And rumor is she may come back for future stuff, so you never know. But why don't we take a look real quick at her calling out It's very cool.
Brock, get me a ring, brother. Get us a freaking ring, brother. That's all I need from him. This whole Boy Scout, aw shucks thing, I love it, but just get me that ring that we need. I'm not going to rest until the Niners win one more bowl. Once they win one more, Tony, I think I'll shut up. I'll stop complaining. I'll stop talking. But these last 3 losses, Tony, have really taken a toll on me.
What got me really excited about the upcoming season, and remember, we were like kind of not skeptical, we were just curious about the Mike Evans move, but the way he spoke about working out with Mike Evans already got me very excited to see them on the field together. And he said that Evans was talking to Purdy about his experience of catching passes from Tom Brady and from God, come on, why am I blanking on the other Buccaneers quarterback? Come on.
Oh, you talking Baker Mayfield?
Baker Mayfield, thank you.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield. He said the experience of catching from those, he says he expects to be a seamless transition to Brock. And it's like Brock is like, he said he wants to just absorb as much of Mike Evans as humanly possible. I'm like, damn, dude, this is really something cool. It was really awesome.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Hey guys, while we have a quick lull in the action, let me take a minute here to talk to you about my friend Carlos De La Fuente, because I see Carlos, I see Losti in the comment line right now. So Carlos, let me sing the praises of your services real quick, because I see you and I want to give you your proper love today. Carlos De La Fuente has been a great friend. He's been a great partner to the show. And he's helped a lot of people, including the great Corinne, the gangster that is Corinne out of Fairfax. He's worked with her before. And we just want to make sure people understand what Carlos is offering to the PNP community. He's been a great sponsor for over a year now. And this is a guy, Tony, as passionate as he is about Giants baseball, Niner football, music, he is also just a monster in the financial world. So we're talking about a guy with 27 years in the mortgage industry. That's real experience, my friends. 3 decades of lending experience. Like he says, guys, I've seen it all. I've seen every scenario imaginable when it comes to purchasing a home or refinancing a home. He's seen good credit, bad credit, high income, low income, heavy debt, tax liens, bankruptcies. Carlos he's seen it all. So you're not going to phase him or scare him off. Like, Carlos, I'm in trouble with bankruptcy. He'll say, no problem. Let's work this out and get you on the road to recovery. He can also assist you with conventional FHA and VA loans for purchase or refi. Alt A loans, he can do that as well, which are ideal for self-employed borrowers who, traditionally can't verify income because you don't get that pay stub from a corporation every week. That's what we're doing now. I get that. I totally get that. And then the great services he offers with reverse mortgages. For purchase or refinance. Once again, there are options there for seniors 62 and over with no monthly mortgage payments for life. Let me say that again. Reverse mortgages for purchase or refi for seniors 62 and above, no monthly mortgage payments for life. That's tremendous. And Tony, I'll give you the baton in a second, but I just want to finish my portion by saying we've talked about the HELOC loans. He's a master with that. Home equity lines of credit where you can access your equity without touching your low interest first mortgage. That's awesome. That means you can go right to your mortgage and draw some funds there, Tony, and just put some cash in your pocket because this is a tough year and people do need some extra cash. That's just a glimpse at what Carlos is offering. And on top of all this, he's a great guy. He's a great dude. So call him 925-250-4894, Tony. That's Los D, our great friend.
He's a great dude. We love Los. Give us the Los. Give us the Los. But Paulie, it's the whole business that Los is in is heavily based on word of mouth, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you have anybody in your circle of friends, in your family, or your larger circle who mentions buying or refinancing, no matter what their situation is, just give Carlos a call and share that information with Los, and he'll reach out to them. Right? He's almost 3 decades in lending, so he's seen almost every scenario imaginable, dude. So when it comes to purchasing or refinancing a home, what's good credit, poor credit, high income, heavy debt, tax liens, bankruptcies, you name it. All of these experiences have allowed Los to learn, adapt, and truly understand the different loan situations and products that work for different situations. So he can guide you through all of these. And there's all kinds of reverse mortgages, Alt A loans, conventional FHA, and VA loans, purchase or refinances, and of course the HELOCs. There's also commercial loans. There's private money loans. This is all stuff that Carlos de la Fuente can handle, and we freaking love Los. And so again, the word of mouth is a huge part of his success. So 925-250-4894. Anybody you know that mentions buying or refinancing, have them call Los, or you call Los and make the introduction. 925-250-4894, or have them email Carlos at myflexnow.com. We love you, Los. Thanks, brother.
Last thing on Los, because I'll connect this to tomorrow's music assignment while I'm thinking of this. So Carlos is also super jacked about tomorrow's music assignment. Yeah. And I got to say, I am too, because we have one of our great friends, Jeff Faust, a great friend of mine, great friend of the show, great friend of the PNP community. And he is the extremely talented bass player with the Freestone Peaches, the great Allman Brothers band that I do sit in with occasionally. And Jeff, being the bass playing freaking monster that he is, he was like, you know what we're going to do tomorrow? We are going to do songs where the bass is the star. So I'll give you an example. You remember Another One Bites the Dust by Queen. The bass drives that whole tune. Ba-da-do, do, do. Yep. Bum, 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 bum. The song starts on that bass line. So any song where you have a great bass line that you love, or the sound of the bass is up in the mix, hey,
Paulie, dare I say white lines? Do 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 do.
Nice. Free, rock, white lines, visions of pure snow going through my mind. Yeah, dude, I like to hear that now. Pure driven snow. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you just said it. Pure as driven snow.
Yeah. How about sing down, dig it down, baby, bam, bam, back it down, baby. You know what I mean? Great, but that's what I'm talking about, Tony. Great bass lines. Yes.
I'm also thinking of the song "Time" by Pink Floyd that literally just starts out with a clock ticking and bass notes, every 4 measures.
Clink, clink. Bum, bum. Yeah. By the way, shout out to Creative Tony and Paulie Mack at Bill Graham Civic Center. I think this is 2010. Remember, we were sitting in the balcony on New Year's Eve, and that girl was on the skull in the parade, and she was talking to us. We were waving at her. And then they opened the new year with Time. That's the only time I ever saw the Grateful Dead guys play that ever. You remember that when they played Time? Yeah.
Dude, it's one of my favorite songs ever made, ever.
And in typical Grateful Dead fashion, they had this blonde woman dressed up as she was wearing a gown or something. something, and she was sitting on a giant skull, and then the giant skull like flew across the crowd. It was mayhem. Anyway, yeah, tomorrow, songs about the bass. Jeff Faust will join us. Yes, Carl P1 Chuck, Sly Stone, phenomenal bass lines. Yes.
Well, dude, look at Ian Wyland says, "Thank you for letting me be myself again, dude." So
totally. Great one.
Oh, and speaking of bass, Paulie, also yesterday when we were talking to Bryant Young and Junior Bryant and Derek Deese, and we're talking about the golfing experience.
This is great.
We're trying to raise the bids and get people to bid more.
Yeah.
And Paulie, this is anyways, Paulie's drinking some water and I'm on the mic and I don't even know if you heard this, Paulie, but I said, and by the way, everybody, it's not just football you can talk about with all four of these guys when you're playing 18 holes. You can also talk all kinds of music because guess what? And I looked over at BY. I said, BY, you're still playing the bass, right? And then all of a sudden he started dancing and doing slapping air bass. It was fantastic. And I think he gets more excited about playing bass guitar than he does maybe about 49er football, man. It was awesome.
There he is, the great Bryant Young, a truly magnificent human being. I cannot say enough good things about the great Bryant Young. Okay, a couple more, Dummy, and then we're going to wind it down for today because we're all cooked and we're going to let we all got to rest up. So give me a couple more of these, and then we'll do the final portion of today. Totally.
I just wanted to restart off the second part of it for shouting you out. You did a freaking fantastic job working upstairs, downstairs. You worked the crowd. So I think Patty shared that photo with us. I thought we could take a look at one of the ones that you did when Juszczyk was on the stage, and you were working it, buddy. So let's just take a real quick look at this one. I thought it was awesome. So good.
Let's go up to $7,000 for the training experience. This is for you and three of your friends. Three of your friends, right? Me, bring the crowd. You should actually.
Look at me. I'm like a wild animal, like whipping my head around. No, because well, here's the problem. It's not a problem, but earlier in the show, you guys, they had me out in the crowd taking bids, but there were Niner players with me. So like Junior Bryant was out there. I think Derek Deese was out there, Princeton Buckner. And then for the last auction with Kyle Juszczyk, Kirk was like, hey, buddy, you handle this one by yourself. I'm like, okay. Because that's a pretty big theater, dude. And my head was like on a swivel because were shouting bids, Tony, behind me, to my left. I'm like, where's that coming from? So it was kind of challenging, but it was fun. And Laura, again, I was working with Laura. She was calling stuff out. I hope she could understand what I was saying. I'm like, we got 10,000 right here. It was mayhem, you guys.
Awesome. So good. Yeah. So great job, buddy. I mean, and then upstairs when you got the other group, they, I think Patty may have been involved with that one. I have a great shot of her working on a bid against one of the guys. So
that dude. Look at Patty.
Look at the face. Look at the
determination. Patty. That's why, dude. That's why I tell you guys, Patty's a stone gangster. I told you, and there it is. She's got. I'll tell you one thing right now, because this is all in the name of Dwight Clark. It's all in good fun. Patty ain't going to be outdone by this cat. That ain't happening. I mean that. Dude, we need to put that image like on a shirt. Like, don't F with Patty. Like, look at that, dude.
So good.
Patty ain't gonna get outbid. I'll tell you that right now. Tony, weren't you blown away? Patty was not gonna be denied, man.
No. That's why we kept. And by the way, I love that we like nobody else we knew by name that was bidding, but every time Patty would bid, like, there's Patty from Napa. She's
and Corinne too. Corinne is the same way. She's a gangster too, man.
And Corinne wearing her red Niner jacket with the Dwight Clark pin and the Joe Montana pin. I mean,
Keena Turner, 4-time Super Bowl champion. Tony out of Purdue, number 58, Keena Turner, who still works very closely with the alumni, and he's kind of like a 49er diplomat. He's still with the organization. Keena rules.
Also, another Niner that I had a great rap with was Guy freaking McIntyre.
Dude, good old 6'2", man. 6'2" for life. Yeah.
Guy, Paulie and I used to have Guy McIntyre on the show a lot, man.
He was like our first 49er friend, truly. And Tony and my career, when Tony and I started together in 97, Guy McIntyre was like our first friend from the Niners, and he's still one of our favorite people.
Yes, absolutely, man. And he still looks great, man.
Yeah,
all of these guys look fantastic. I was so impressed by all of them, man. Yeah, look, God, I know. I
tell you what, I'm getting nervous right now just looking at BY. Like his presence. I really am. He like makes me nervous. He's so like you know what it is, Dom? Bryant Young is what all human beings should be. Like you strive to be as good of a human as BY is, and I failed miserably at that. But when I look at him, I'm like, man, I just don't want to disappoint BY. I don't want to disappoint Ronnie Lott. Like you really do feel something, right, Tony? Like when you're in their presence, it's like these guys have like a powerful aura that comes off them.
Well, I also think about where these guys all came from for this event, and that again, it all goes back to Kirk and Terry Reynolds and how all these people do it not just for Dwight Clark, but they do it for Kirk, and they do it for the 49ers, and they do it for the relationships they have with Kirk and Terry Reynolds, and they all come out for a wonderful event. And there was one part where it was we were setting up the USC Notre Dame event, the golf outing, and Bryant was just talking to some people at the back of the deck where we were doing the bidding, and I walked over and I said, "Hey, Bryant, sorry to interrupt, but Derek Deese and Junior Bryant, there's a lot of trash talk going on up there with Paulie." I said, "I think you should come join." And I think he thought I was like, I don't know, messing around at first, and then he heard on the mic Derek Deese talking smack, and then he goes, "Okay, let me get up there." And then he came up there, and then they started talking smack to each other. It was fantastic, man.
You know what else trips me out, you guys? And we can kind of wrap on this for today, and we'll finish part 2 tomorrow because obviously we have a lot more. But just how, like, you see a guy like Derek Deese, who was an offensive lineman for a long time with the Niners, how slimmed down these guys get after their career. Like Junior Bryant, Brenston Buckner, these guys, they probably lose, like, I don't know. How much weight do you think? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, you guys. Help me out. Now I'm getting confused. Who are these guys? I don't remember. Dommy, who are these two?
Shoot, Patty texted me. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
I'm sorry to say I can't ID those guys.
Yeah, I can't either.
Let me see if I can find it here. My phone's not loading.
I can't see it either.
But yeah, Paul, you're right. It's kind of incredible. Like, you know, when they start to slim down, Deese was talking about like he had changed his like, you know, post-retirement lifestyle. I heard them talking before you guys went live, and he was like, yeah, I kind of recentered myself, found a new level of fitness, a new way to train and kind of take care of my body that was different than football, because it's such a different lifestyle, right? So it was so funny.
And shout out to the great Patty from now. I'm just looking at that picture of Patty and BY right there. Patty looked great last night.
Yeah.
And but Dom, that picture of Patty in that gangster stance with her arms folded.
Fantastic.
On standby. We might need to go to that like throughout the rest of the year. Just be like, here's like, because that's Patty like in the zone. She's like in the zone. That other guy was like, hey, I want to bid too. Patty's like, yeah, dream on, Holmes. I'm about to smoke your ass. Yeah.
Dom, put up the picture of Paulie and I in the sun, if you don't mind. Like, down low. Keep going right there. The one on the we're both in the sun. Okay. And then I want to share this super from Escobar Cheeks at 30. He goes, I don't know if I can stand in the sun like that. Hashtag chocolate melts.
Hey, Cheeks, bro. Listen, man, me and you were the same way. And let me tell you what. Let me counter that. Chocolate melts. You know what else melts in the hot sun? Vanilla. Okay. Vanilla. Because I had a melting vanilla sundae thing going on. Dude, it really was. It was hotter than hell. And we were positioned right in the sun, as you guys can see. So like, a couple of times, like Tony saved my freaking ass. Tony, if you weren't with me last night, I would have been in big trouble. Because no, I'm serious, dude. Because
we just had a lot of fun, man. And so I appreciate you having me be a part of it, and I appreciate Kirk having me be a part of it. And I love it. It's a really fun night. And everybody, if you can try and get there next year, you won't regret it. The Dwight Clark Legacy Series is a night that's just like, look at the pictures. Show the pictures of Fareed right there. Like the access you can get, and the interaction and seeing these guys. Like I mentioned yesterday, the vibe amongst these former players and current players is so relaxed.
It's special.
So different than what you ever see during the regular season. It's unmatched. It really is.
I'm sorry I missed Robot Centaur, the great Fareed last night. He's looking great. And look at BY with the greatness of BY. Anyway, Fareed, shout out, brother. You're looking good. Hey, so we'll do part 2 tomorrow. We'll go through more pictures tomorrow. But Tony, as we get into the part of the show where we're going to get the hell out of Dodge because we're all just cooked to the gills, I want to talk about Tom Stack just for a sec. My good buddy Tom Stack, who, by the way, he's like, let me think about this. So Stack, I believe he's going to see the boss on Sunday in Cleveland. And then here, yours truly, here comes Paulie Mack around the outside lane. Dude, I'm going to Washington, D.C. to see Bruce next week. So the schedule of the PMP show is going to be a little wacky next week. We'll go through that tomorrow on the show, and we'll finish up with the slideshow. But Tony, Tom Stack, it's great that we have a realtor now in our kind of sponsor wheelhouse, and Tom Stack is out here as a broker with Coldwell Banker Realty. You want to talk about music lovers? You want to talk about a guy that fits in with us? Did like 20 years with the Grateful Dead, working with their merchandising department, slid over to the real estate industry 20 years ago, and he's been selling houses ever since, and he's been really good. He's been really good at that. There we are in the Grateful Dead house. No, he didn't sell the Grateful Dead house, but I bet you he could. I bet you he could.
Yeah, absolutely could. Actually, I bet you the Grateful I bet you they would want to hire Tom Stack to sell that house if they ever sold that house because of his connections to the Dead and the Club Dead merchandise. And how that all shaped his real estate career was his experience working for the Grateful Dead, working for Carlos Santana, and he takes all of that marketing experience and he takes it into his real estate career. And now he's just been kicking ass in the La Marinda corridor and the greater East Bay for over 23 years, 25 years?
Yeah.
We cannot recommend Tom enough. And in the testimonials on his website, you can read all about how people talk about, yes, they helped. He secured the home of their dreams, but he also did it and made the experience completely enjoyable, storytelling, joke telling, and the people looked forward to hanging out with Tom as part of the experience of buying or selling their home. That's what it's all about with Tom. He wants to create a relationship and create a friendship through the experience of buying a home, and then stays in touch with you. And you are starting a friendship with Tom when you go into business with him. It's great. It's great stuff. Coldwell Banker Realty.
It is great stuff, Tony. And by the way, also shout out to Kirk Reynolds. He is also a massive Bruce Springsteen fan. And he told me, he was like, dude, have a great time in DC. And he goes, this is what Kirk said to me last night. He goes, I really wanted to fly to New York to see him at the Garden last week, but I was too busy getting this event together. So I'm going to have to wait on that one. But anyway, we'll be traveling around seeing gigs. We will post some shows next week. And again, we'll talk about that tomorrow. But the rest on Tom Stack, listen, he's as good and as passionate selling houses as he was working for the Grateful Dead in the music industry. He's a very active member of the Lafayette community. He's an MC. He's on stage for the Lafayette Art and Wine Festival every September. He has been honored as the Lafayette Business Person of the Year. He's also a 20-year member of the Lafayette Chamber of Commerce. And when you see a resume like this, this is a guy that cares about people. This is a guy that cares about his community. And he really wants to help place people in the proper home for their budget and their needs and all that stuff. So when it's time for you to start looking for a house, it's time to talk to Tom Stack. 925-878-9964. Again, as Tony said, he's over 20 years in the business. He really loves talking to people and helping people out. And then lastly, Tony, I'll say it because he is a music biz guy. He will treat you like a rock star. If you want to know what that feels like, do some business with Tom Stack. He will treat you like a rock star, and he's going to find you the right home. So thank you, Tom Stack. Call him today, 925-87-89964. Thank you, T-Stack. Jumpin' Stack Flash.
Jumpin' Stack Flash, tom.stack at cbnorcal.com. And also, Tom has already sent me some pictures that we're going to share when Tom does join us on the show for a post-Springsteen. We need a post-Springsteen recap from Paulie and from Tom Stack when they both return from their travels of seeing Bruce on the road. We can do that the following week, okay? Yeah. But that'll be very exciting. But Tom sent me some photos that I'm going to share on the show when that does happen. They're great shots, man.
Okay. Well, thank you, T-Stack. And also, final word of the show today will go to my dear friend Miriam, part of the PMP Broads community. And she said, guys, what's the music assignment for tomorrow? Miriam, I'm glad you asked. If you're just jumping in, tomorrow we're going to have Jeff Faust as our guest sponsor. And thank you, Carlos, for setting that up, brother. We appreciate that. But Jeff Faust will join us. He's a bass player, so he wants to do songs featuring the bass, or just songs where you love the bass line, like any song that you enjoy, where the bass is like a big part of it. We talked about another one, Bites of Dust. Tony said White Lines, ba-boom, 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 free, ba-boom, 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 rock. Yeah, totally. So stuff like that. I got some ideas up my sleeve. I have an idea where Tony might go. What if I just do the Phil Lesh, Mike Gordon bass SmackDown at the Kaiser like 20 years ago, where there was just the two of them on stage, just getting nuts for like 15 minutes. But anyway, whatever you want to do, bring it to the show tomorrow. We'll have a great time. And Tony, final thoughts today, bro.
Final thoughts, man. It's just I'm still kind of in awe from last night, and I just again want to thank Kirk Reynolds and Terry Reynolds for putting this event on, for the Golden Heart Fund, for taking care of former 49ers in, for all the needs that they might have, because God forbid the NFL take care of them, So it's like this is what this Golden Heart Fund is created for, and then also just everybody gathering to celebrate the legacy and memory of Dwight Clark, man. It makes me miss Dwight, and it makes me really appreciate Dwight. And I'd love to show tomorrow the rest of that Eric Wright interview, because he has some great stuff that he says about Dwight Clark. And then he's very humble, because we also said thank you for making the game-saving tackle.
That's right. Was that you, Tony? Or was that you, Dom? I forget who said that.
Tony. Tony, right after that, you kind of dove into the Clarks by the Bay, and
that was great. Yeah, he goes, what about Clarks by the Bay? Tony was great, man. Yeah, that was killer. So we'll show the Eric Wright video. We can do some of the Mike Zagaris where he's talking about eating mushrooms with Keith Moon. Swear to God, story. A lot of great stuff. So thank you again, Dom. Thank you for everything last night, Tony. Problem. Thank you too, buddy. You guys were both great last night, man.
Stand by, Paulie.
Yes, business. You're trying to say it's time for business. It's business time. Ooh.
All right, so we go. Escobar Cheeks the third. He says, I'll have to tell my Z-Man story one day. Hashtag not a fan.
Well, let's be honest. No, Cheeks, I can totally imagine why. No, he's a weird dude, man. Z-Man is a weird. He's been like to every galaxy in the solar system. If you know what I mean.
Paulie, remember when I asked him yesterday? I said, Z-Man, you have that iconic photo of Montana and Walsh kneeling on the sideline. I was like, what position were you in to be able to get the angle of that shot with the sky and candlestick? And he just started talking about all different type of yoga poses. I'm like, I had no idea he was going to go, but then I should have known that he would have gone that route because of the very cosmic mentality, I should say, of a Z-Man.
True story, Tony. I think what he used to do, kidding aside, to answer your question, a lot of times I think he used to lie down, literally lie down on the field on his stomach. And then he would shoot the Coach Walsh and Joe, who were crouched down taking a knee. Z-Man would be lying on the field. It's pretty intense. So yeah, that was that. And I'm trying to forget. Oh, do we have any other supers, T, or is that the end of it?
Hold on, I'm just going to show the pic so people know exactly what I'm talking about. That's
iconic. That's Z-Man. That's his work right there.
With the sky and the stick in the backgrounds. Just freaking beautiful.
And you know what's great? If you blow that picture up, I love this little detail too. You can see the old candlestick scoreboard. And Tony, I think there's 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. They're just running down the clock. They're about to go to another Super Bowl. It's one of those great 40. Look at those two, man. I want to thank you, Bill Walsh, and I want to thank you, Joe, too. Thank you. Just thank you, guys.
God damn, I miss the stick.
I do too. And you know what? Shout out to Joe's towel flopping around out of the front of his pants, dude. He's always wiping his hands on it. I just miss these guys, and it's great to see this shot and great to see Z-Man. All right, Tony, take us home.
Shout out to Bill Walsh's turfs, by the way, his Adidas turf. By the way.
And the white Niner sweater of a Coach Walsh. Yeah. He wasn't afraid to throw the sweater on.
And Paulie, hold on, stand by. One more Escobar Cheeks, the third super. He says, thank you for all the picks. Everyone looked great. And Escobar, thank you for the supers. And Ray, thank you for the super. Ian, thank you for the super. Thank you, Don Peralta, for all this footage. And thank you,
there's
Patty.
no Remy and Ray. On Fareed. Oh, nice, dude. Nice group shot. Okay. We'll finish this stuff off tomorrow. Also, like I said, Jeff Faust with the musical assignment. Giants have the White Sox coming in. And Knicks, game 2 tonight for the Knicks and the Cavs. I'm all over that. As Jalen Brunson, He single-handedly chopped the heads off the
Yes,
Cavaliers.
totally.
That fourth quarter was insane. Rags is right
Yeah.
in the middle of that. It must be crazy back there
Hell yeah.
right now in NYC. So, Tony, final thoughts and just get us the hell out of here, bro.
Dude, I was ecstatic that OKC evened up the series, by the way, while we were at the event last night. They evened up the series. I loved the Knicks comeback. Hey, Vite, or actually, hold on. Hey,
Tony.
Yeah.
Hey.
Right. Okay.
Hey, Tony.
Yeah.
hey, Tony, can you just put Eldridge in the lineup and leave him there?
The
You
guy
can't
gets
leave
2
him there.
hits. He gets 2 hits, and then Vitello benches him. It's the same thing after Bryce Eldridge hit his first home run. He didn't play the next day.
Yeah.
What the F?
Hardest ball hit of the year by a Giant.
You know what we got to do? We got to sit him down. Let's not play him. Yeah, let's not play him. That's why he'll never get his rhythm. Perfect. Yeah.
Again,
Tony.
Yeah.
Hey.
I
Right.
know what,
Hey,
let's not
Tony.
start doing this. I don't want to start this because
No,
it was such a positive show. I look at Tony's waving.
but we've got to be realistic and just acknowledge it. That's all I'm doing at the end of the show. I'm just acknowledging it because it needs to be acknowledged because just put the guy, put him in the freaking lineup. That's all. God
All
bless
right,
him.
Big T. On that note, you guys have a wonderful Thursday. We'll be right back with you tomorrow at high noon, and we'll rock and roll and get you set up for the weekend. Creative Tony, take us home anytime you're ready.
Business hours are over, baby.
Yeah.
It's business now. It's business time. Blast the space.
All right, y'all. Thanks again. Great to see everybody. Sweet Mad Hatter, Carlos, Robot Centaur, my new friend, the activist out there. We got Rockin' New Era. We got Cheeks. We got John Joseph's in the house. Hell yeah. Patty from Napa, the gangster that she is. Sweet Mad Hatter. On and on. Thank you guys. Red Jet Shell, Lily. What's happening, Lily? Love you guys. Great to see everybody. Noemi, cheers to you too. And have a great Thursday. Go Knicks. See you tomorrow at high noon. Cheers, y'all.
Yeah, thanks everybody for listening on Instagram Live as well. Appreciate you all. And don't forget the audio versions available as well on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Paulie, see you tomorrow at high noon.
See you
Thanks,
guys.
y'all.